Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Dad Pack Podcast. I'm your host, Joey, as always, joined by my boy Ryan over here. New
What's up, guys?
episodes of the Dad Pack come out every other week, usually on Mondays or Fridays. We try to be consistent with it, but you know how things go, life, parenting, all that kind of stuff. You can find us on pretty much anywhere you find your podcast. We release them also on YouTube if you want to watch the video, and Spotify if you want to watch the video. Those are the only two places you can find our videos currently. Like, share, follow, all that kind of stuff. Leave us comments and reviews. We appreciate it. And then we also have an Instagram as well where we're kind of releasing some clips of the show that we released last week. So we're trying a new thing. We're trying to get us out there in like new media. So go check us out. Leave us a like, follow, like I said. Ryan, tell them what we got.
Well, I want to discuss Halloween costumes. One is it's a fun thing with your kids, but how much are you going to spend? One, because your kids know that they come up with some stuff. Two, I want to know like what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, like what's too much, and then three would be like, because my kids always want me to walk them around and trick or treat, but they also want me to wear a costume, which is not happening.
Come on, bro. You know you want to be Voltron when you're talking about BB Man.
Before, but it ends up, it's usually, I think I was Fred from Scooby Doo.
Oh my God, bro! Why? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a
what
good.
my daughter wanted. It is what it is.
All right.
And then I think what is too old to go trick or treating? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I think as a parent, like walking up to the door with your child is acceptable, right? Like they get to say trick or treats, and like I'm holding out a bag myself, and like a man with a full beard is coming up to your door. Still,
but my son is 12. Is that too old?
Okay. No, I get people all the way up to teenagers up here. I find that fine. I would assume like higher end high schoolers is probably a bit much, like 18 to.
I think if you're like 6, if you're driving yourself around to different neighborhoods, I think you're like go buy yourself some candy.
Hold on, I appreciate the hustle though. You know what I mean? Like if you're into it,
go buy yourself some candy. You'll be all right. Yeah, I don't understand that part, but
I think if I could find the full candy bar neighborhoods, I would drive myself. Are you serious? Absolutely.
No. Come on.
Yeah.
This neighborhood.
You're like, yeah, that is your neighborhood, isn't it? Damn it.
This neighborhood here. It does. It literally caters to you and your kid. So you'll go around and they'll give your kid candy and they'll give you a Jello shot.
Oh my God! I think we talked about this last year. Yeah, I'm all in.
It's cool. Like all the parents are always sitting outside.
Come down for the weekend and go visit you guys for Halloween.
It's pretty cool. It's a big it's a big deal. In fact, Ashton's buddy, he always comes here instead. Yeah. So they do like a dual costume.
Halloween's on like a Monday this week. Hold on.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is this year.
It is. Dang it! No, it's on a Tuesday. Dang. Man,
yeah, that's hard.
I was gonna say I'll start. Hey, that's a good idea. I'll start making Jello shots, hand them out to the parents. But I don't think anyone wants to go to work hungover on a Wednesday. I mean, I guess if you only do it at one house around here, it wouldn't be too bad. But
yeah,
around here,
everyone.
Yeah, around here they do like they put all the kids in the trailer. You know what I mean? Decorate the trailer, and they got the truck, and they're just kind of hauling kids around everywhere. That's kind of like the thing over here. Side by sides everywhere. Kids like just jumping all over that's kind of like the big thing. My neighborhood's rather big. It's like acre lots. It's like a lot of space. Like it's really hard to walk the entire neighborhood with the kids. Yeah. Like you kind of got to get a golf cart and stuff.
What about
we're not a full candy bar size.
When is it too late to ring my doorbell? Like I shut my lights off. I go to bed early. Yes, nothing annoys me more than a doorbell ring, and it's like I had to just give you terrible candy or something. I got to come up with a plan for this. But also I'm kind of a grump. So what's too late?
I think 9 o'clock is probably too late, but also at the same time, if your lights are turned off, like that's a pretty good message. But also you should be, even if you have candy left over, which I also still do a lot of the times, I'll put a sign on the door that says out of candy. but I have seen the
I would
videos
have.
of like kids. Yeah, exactly. I would have too. Because back in our day, though, bro, they didn't have the video cameras of like everything
Yeah,
going
it's
on.
been like,
So yeah, so we could just absolutely like take
it's
it, dump, and then we're rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's a bit different, but I will say, here's my hustle when it comes to the doorbell thing. So 9 o'clock is what I would consider a cutoff. I'm not taking my kids out past 9 o'clock to other people's houses. Like that's not happening. That's a personal thing for me. Second, I have the Nest doorbell. Okay, or
Mhm.
whatever product it is. Like I don't know. It's what I think it's called, and I have it to where I can silence my doorbell and I'll just get a notification on my phone if someone's at my door. So
Well, that's
what
cool.
like yeah, so like when Carson was little, we used to get like or we still do get Amazon packages all the time. And what do? They walk up and just like hit the doorbell and walk away. UPS hit the doorbell, walk away. So in the middle of his naps, I'd be putting him down for a nap or try to put him down for a nap, and the freaking doorbell would be going off. If either somebody at the door, trying to sell me something, or UPS or Amazon, and it would always wake him up. So I'm like, you know what? Forget this. I just put my doorbell on a constant mute, and so I haven't heard the chime of a doorbell in like almost 3 years because I just, as someone walks up, it just sends me a notification that someone hit your doorbell. I get it on my watch, get it on my phone, and then I just know to go over there and peek and look. So that's my hustle behind it, and that's what I think you should do if you have the option to do that. I don't know if you have the technology to do that, but if you have the same product, it definitely does do that, and it's fantastic for
Yeah, that's cool.
kids naps. Yeah, that's something that I think that every parent should know and do. So, but yeah, I
Let me
think nine
give.
o'clock's the cutoff. I think that's the cutoff, dude, for sure.
I mean,
And
we ran into a big problem this year with the costume, and it's
sure,
not that it was too like. I think there is something that's too gory for your kids, like if you're going super gory. But I'm actually kind of into it. Like my oldest daughter, we would take to like this. I don't know. It was like it had makeup and all sorts of stuff there that you could do. It was like a costume shop that was like a legit costume shop, and she would like do like scars and cuts and things like that on her face. But um, so I'm not
that's
really
kind of
that
cool
bothered by it. But
for older
but
kids. Yeah,
my my son, like I said, his buddy comes over and they always do like a dual costume. Well, I think they've had like dinosaurs. I think they've done plague doctors. This year they wanted to do alien and predator, which is cool.
that's kind
But
of awesome, though. That's pretty awesome.
the xenomorph costume is either a piece of trash
Of
or it's
course.
about 200 bucks. And I was like, whoa, nah,
Unless we're
absolutely
going to Comic Con
not.
level, I'm not paying that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that's
no
what I would
way.
do. But no,
We went, they're doing it, going to do Sub Zero and Scorpion, which is a
yes,
much more
that's awesome.
reasonable.
And that gives you good options too as the dad, right? Because you could totally pull out a Raiden, Liu Kang. You could do Reptile. You're looking at me crazy, bro. Like they're like you
Have
could
you
totally
seen
join in.
the, have you seen the, because there's a meme out there, like it's got a little video clip of this fat guy in a Raiden outfit, and then and the ladies, there's like a interviewer there, and she's like, and guess how was it dressed up as Kung Fu Panda or something like that? And I'm just
Oh my
like, oh
god,
my god,
no!
no, no, I'm cool. I don't want to be called Kung
Oh,
Fu
I
Panda.
love
I'm good.
that. That's pretty good though. Yeah, I like Kung Fu Panda. Whatever.
So
Skadoosh.
what's your max that you're paying for a costume?
Oh, it depends. I mean, for him, probably because my son's only 3, so upwards to 50 ish. Dude, everything costs so
Whoa,
expensive nowadays.
yeah, that's true.
Um, no matter where you go, whether you go on Amazon or whether you go to one of those spirit stores that are like pop up for 30 days and then they just disappear. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
those Halloween stores. Yeah, I've looked at like Costco. I've looked at Target, Walmart, all the big label stores and stuff, and they're all over the place, dude. Like the quality is terrible for most of them. But at his age, he doesn't really care. So he's totally going Spider-Man this year, and he's doing like the Team Spidey show. I don't know if you probably don't know what that is, but it's a new show
No,
for
no.
the kids. Yeah, so and it's really cool because there's 2 different Spider-Man. There's like the Miles Morales one. There's the Ghost Spider. So my wife's gonna be like the Ghost Spider, and I'm gonna be like a villain. You know what I mean? So he'll have Spidey, the female Spidey, and then the villain. That's kind of where we're going with it. But for his age, I mean, 50 is probably right where we would spend the top end. I really don't know. It depends on how good the quality is because it's hard to find something good. And then the second thing is we're his age group, bro. It's like by next year, by 4, he's going to be completely grown out of it. So whatever I'm paying, I'm only paying this for one time. It's not like for us adults where I can use, like when I was the Tiger King a couple years ago, like I could use that for a couple years. You know what I mean? It totally works out. But for him, it's different. So it just depends on the quality and what it is, and if we're going in theme. Usually, me and mine always go into a theme. So like last year, we did Jurassic Park. Yeah, we went like the
Oh,
'90s
you meant
version of
Barney.
Jurassic Park.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, and it was good. If you knew, like the older parents knew what we were doing and like automatically spotted us from like that's the OG Jurassic Park look. And some of the kids were like, "What are you supposed to be?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not dressing up for you." But we took good pictures and it worked out well. And the year before that, we were like farmers. That was kind of an off year. And the year before that, I think it was the Tiger King, where I was the Tiger King, and then my wife was Carol Baskin, and then my son I dressed my son up as the tiger. It was great. It was one of my favorite costumes. And so those years, like we spent a little more money than usual, but um, it just depends, dude. Everything is so expensive nowadays. I mean, obviously inflation, all that kind of stuff, but like it's kind of hard to justify spending what you're talking about, $200 on probably the quality that I'm thinking of. It's not there.
And the
But
quality is trash at this point in time. Like, me growing
for
up, it
everything.
was,
Yeah.
"What are you gonna be?" And for Halloween, it was, like, whatever crap I could find in the house to dress up like whatever I was
Yep.
gonna dress up as. So it I don't remember buying a costume except for one time my mom bought, like, these patterns, like, and she sewed us these, like, bodysuits that were Halloween themed. But and I had no problem with it. I was like, "Alright." And so we went
Sure,
out,
yeah.
but then when people ask you what you are, you're just a Halloween pattern, and that was awkward. That was a little, "What are
How's
you?" And I was
this
like,
sound?
I don't know. I'm Halloween themed. I don't know what to
Can
tell you.
can I be
Trick or treat."
like it's very interesting every year going to these Halloween stores, but like what you're talking about, a lot of these stores, they're so crazy as far as like what they allow in the store. Because like I don't remember growing up. Obviously, I grew up in the sticks of West Virginia, so what I saw compared to what I see now is two different things. Here, where we live in Texas, it's a lot more brutal and gory everywhere. So like I can't even walk my son down a lot of these aisles like at the Spirits or
That's scary,
whatever. But
yeah.
even yeah, even at like Home Depot and stuff, dude. They had I think it was Home. They might have been Lowe's. I don't know. Or it was one of the hardware stores, and they had like a decapitated heads and stuff of
Mhm.
like I was like I
Like
don't want
dead
him seeing
babies
that.
and stuff. There's,
Yeah,
like,
and I
dead
like
babies.
I don't want to have to explain
Yeah,
it to him. And I absolutely that
yeah.
was the last place that I thought that I was gonna have to explain something like that to him because he wasn't scared. And he doesn't really get scared by a lot of this stuff. Um, because we've done a good job explaining like that these are just robots or these are just fake or whatever, and he's actually been able to make sense of a lot of it and know that it's not real. So he's done good there so far, and we haven't had like night terrors and stuff. But it is a really weird place when you're trying to go and like get the price of like lumber, and then while you're doing that you see like decapitated heads, and I'm just like, that's not what I thought was going to happen. And of course he's asking questions like, Dad, why does that doll doesn't have its head? Like, what's going on? And I'm like,
He lost it.
"Mm,
He lost it. Just lost it.
Y
Don't know what happened.
yeah, yeah. At that point, I was like, "Oh, it's just Halloween. It's not real. Don't worry about it." Then he said he repeats back to me. He's like, "It's just Halloween. It's not real." I said, "Yeah, it's not real." And we just roll on there. But I was like, "Man, I just don't remember stuff being that brutal back in those days."
It was
And
pumpkins,
then
jack-o'-lanterns. Mm.
right, like it
A
wasn't
ghost
even
was a blanket or a
werewolves.
sheet.
You would have like the little things that stand up and like would yell at you or whatever, like the motion censored stuff. Like I remember that stuff. Um, But other than that, like I don't recall some of the stuff nowadays. The technology, though, you go to some of these spirit stores and it's like you can like put stuff into the ground and it pops out of the ground, like
Mm,
skeletons all over the place.
yeah.
Like some of it is pretty cool, and if you're really into Halloween, like you could really invest some money into this and really do some stuff. But like people with small kids like me, I don't want to have to explain to my child or have to deal with the repercussions of having night terrors and them staying up all night because of something they saw. So like it's kind of a weird place to be. Like I think some of it's cool to see and people go like hard and like spend like the really cool setups and the really cool houses. Kind of like Christmas. You like the really cool houses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with this here. It's like that's a pretty cool setup they got, but at the same time, I can't walk my son up to it. It's not gonna happen. And then some people get too much into it, bro. They'll be sitting outside when in a Jason mask or whatever, trying to scare off kids and stuff. And like,
Yeah, come on.
That's funny. I get you, but like, let's not do it to the 3-year-old. Let's not do that because then
Yeah,
you're putting me in a situation, right?
a
I don't
little
want to
bit
do
too
that.
much. It's
That's
a
a bit
little
too
bit
much.
much.
Yeah. So you got to kind of balance out, and some people just don't know, dude. And that's just how they roll in their house or whatever. And who am I to judge? But yeah, I would say 5100 is probably the sweet spot of budgeting for. Are
It's
you
pretty
thinking
high.
that's too much? It's pretty high,
20, $30 for a kid.
bro. Oh, okay. For I was gonna say like for like your costumes and stuff.
I'm not wearing one.
Yes, you are.
$0.
Stop it, dude. If as long as my son
Not
is
dressing, man.
dressing up, I am dressing up, bro. I don't care.
Okay, I'm
I'm
not
all
doing it.
in.
I'm just.
But
I've done it
I will
before,
also dress
and
up at a Comic Con, bro. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll go to Comic Con. I'm
I
not the
mean,
dude who
that's
goes
the
to a
purpose.
movie theater and dresses up like that. Like I don't do that because I think that's a little weird. That's like super nerdy. But like going to Comic Con, at least there's like people there that are dressed up. Like there's a purpose for that. You're supposed to do that, right?
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
can
Like
join others that are dressed up, but even then,
it is
I'm
still an
not.
awkward drive
I'm
from
not.
like here to there when it's like a 45-minute drive and you're just like sitting in your car as a xenomorph.
Yeah, waiting to fill up your car with gas or something. Like,
You know what I mean?
no,
It's kind of funny.
cool. I'm out.
Yeah. Your
I'm
Jedi
totally out.
attire robes trying to pump gas. Yeah, it's a little goofy when you're doing it at the time, but you know, yeah, as long as he is interested in doing it, I will always do it. Is fine because there's going to be a day, you know, when he's 12, 13, 14, 15, where he's just like he's too cool for school and he's not going to want to do that with dad anymore. So like, I
Oh,
get it.
that's when I'm dressing up, and I'm
That's
dressing
when
up
you're
as
it.
like a
Okay.
cheerleader or something, with a mini skirt.
God
That's
bless, bro.
let's go,
Oh,
bro.
no, you got to go in your hoochie daddy shorts. You know what I mean? With like
Yeah,
your days.
put on some. I can go as a coach with the coach shorts.
There you go. Absolutely. Bill Belichick hood and stuff. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Come on.
But
Yeah, I think the budget thing is a weird thing. But I mean, what are y'all spending on yours then? If that's what you think is high.
like $30. I think
Okay.
Layla's was like $25.
Oh, you guys
Amazon.
did good.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Um, the fancier ones seem to be more difficult to walk around in, and you're walking from house to house. So, if it looks hot to me, we're not buying it. If it looks you know, like it was just too much to be dragging around, you end up carrying half the costume. I don't mess with it too much. If it's
What
just
about
one
your
of those
sons? You said that
cheap ones,
he wants to be a xenomorph. How much are we going there?
I'm not. They changed it to Sub Zero and
Oh,
Scorpion.
that's
I'm
right.
not.
You're right.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
doing it.
that's
We
it. That's an easy
told them
one
straight
then.
up, we're
See,
not
but
doing
back in
that.
our day though, bro, they didn't have all that stuff. It was more like the mask. Like
Yeah,
you just put a mask on or whatever. And if you were like a ninja, bro,
yeah.
like if I was gonna be Sub Zero back then, I just find like a blue shirt.
Hey,
It's some
you're
jeans.
wearing your winter gear.
Yeah, they get the ski mask on, and I'm Sub
Who are
Zero.
you?
You know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah,
Sub Zero. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Halloween is probably my favorite. One of my favorite times. It's super cool, super fun. All about pretending, candy, scary
sure.
movies. Like I love it, but it's it,
Yeah,
it is
no.
about your kids, and it's like, ooh, that
What I don't
I'm not
like,
spending that money.
I'm glad you said that, is the commercials, bro. I can't watch TV right now. Because every commercial that comes on is like Freddy Krueger, Friday the 13th, or whatever, and it's like stabbing and killing and stuff, and they show it on the TV. They'll show it like some of the murder scenes and stuff, and like I have to cover my son's eyes for what's going on. So as soon as I like see the commercial coming on, I just turn it off, turn the TV off. Even on some
Yeah,
like the regular networks that you wouldn't expect it, like HGTV and stuff. Like I still see some stuff on there that I'm like, really? We're showing that on there. I don't know. It's very
and
interesting. I don't even mess with like like the MTVs and all that kind of. I don't even know what they show anymore. Don't care if the lower end ones are showing the bad stuff. I'm like I'm cool. I'm cool. But that's another thing. Like I'm not letting my son watch any of that stuff because that stuff is what like the shock and awe of it where it happens really fast. You know what I mean? It's not like when you walk up to it at a store, so he's kind of like seeing it and preparing for it. It's like he's just playing Legos and he looks up and he sees somebody getting stabbed and he's like, oh wow, Dad, what's going on? And I'm like, oh boy, you know what I mean? Or sees like the monsters and stuff like that. That kind of stuff will mess with them. That's the only knock on this right now. While you have small kids, that you have to be careful of. Not even what you're watching on TV, just watching TV in general could be kind of a nuisance. Um, So I'm ready for Christmas commercials to come on. I'm ready to start hearing some jingly bells and stuff like that. We don't watch TV too much as it is, but it's just tough when you're trying to watch, Sunday Night Football like we're about to here in a minute. And the next thing I know, there's, Freddy Krueger up on the screen. I'm like, come on, come on.
So speaking of football, let's do some pack news. I've got a suggested topic because I'm unsure about it.
Okay.
Let's talk Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. This lady is this
Oh
lady is
no.
this lady's coming to these games, and like the game
Okay.
is all about her, which I'm fine with. Like but there's like a lot of people that are not fine with it and are like really fine with it, and I just don't get it. Can you just
So
help me with
do you know
who
do you know
cares?
what the term clout chasing is?
No.
Do you know that term? It's like somebody's really famous, so then like we try to like pretty much become friends with that person that's really famous because they're really famous. And so like you get to have like secondhand famousness from them, basically. It's the easiest way that I can explain. It's like that's what the clout chasing is. So knowing that, who is clout chasing here? Is Travis Kelsey more famous or is Taylor Swift
Uh,
more famous? And there has been a lot of debate about this issue going
I
back and
think
forth.
I think that Taylor Swift, and I don't know, I couldn't name you a song. I know that my kids love
Yes,
her.
you could. You
Um,
if you heard some of them,
I might know them.
dude,
I'm not
back
saying that
back
I
in
just
the 08s, like she was really famous for like pop and like country, but now I couldn't tell you what she sings. I have no idea. This whole Aries tour or whatever she just did apparently was like some of the like she's been selling out like the Beatles, bro. Like filling out stadiums.
yeah,
People are
yeah,
outside the stadiums and like just to be there and like hear her sing, like standing
yeah.
outside the stadiums and sing.
She's huge,
Absolutely nuts. Yeah, I had no
huge.
idea she was
But
this
she
big.
didn't play in the '90s, so I'm
And
just
you
not
have no
into it,
idea.
and
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
no
Yeah.
idea. I know who she is, don't get me wrong. I know that she's a singer and or a musician of some type, and I get that. I think that, the statistics were showing that, like, just watching like, football being watched when they are playing and she is there is, like, massively more by, like, a
Oh
half a
yeah.
million people or something
They
like
said
that.
they said
It's
that the Kelsey's jersey has gone up by like 200% in sales, which
I'm
is
sorry.
absolutely nuts. But
I
but
think
at the
Travis
same
Kelce
time though,
is
dude, what a great
super
move for the
good, but
NFL. What a great move
oh,
for the NFL. You
y
get to have all these Swifties, as they say, pretty much piggyback because they're gonna try to see her at any moment that they can. You know what I mean? Like see what she's doing, how
yeah,
she's rocking and rolling, whatever. Dude, today's game, I forgot who they're playing. Doesn't really matter. I think they crushed them.
Chargers.
Okay, the Chargers. She was up there with the Mahomes wife and like just like fist bumping, chest bumping
Mhm.
people. There's a part where when they sing the national anthem, they ended and they say the home of the brave. Well, at the Chiefs Stadium, they say the home of the Chiefs, and she was like up there actually saying it, and I was like, oh my gosh, she actually knows what's
Yeah.
going on. Good for her. Good for her. But also, before she started dating Travis Kelsey, fun fact, she said that she was a Philly fan because I don't know if she's from Philly, but she's a Philly fan. So I don't really know how. Maybe this is like she's trying to become like a spy for us. You know what I mean? Like she's trying to get in
No.
Travis Kelsey head.
Travis
I hope
Kelce
so.
could go down as one of he'll go down as one of the greatest tight ends ever, but
No, yeah, I think he is the
he
great.
may
Besides
be
Gronk, I think
the
him.
greatest. Yeah, he's right there with him. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, I don't know what I don't but I'm just thinking that
So who's
this
more
lady
popular,
is
Ryan? Who's more popular? Who's
I
clout
gotta go
chasing
with
here?
I gotta go with Taylor Swift, right? Like, you got to. You
You
got
think
to.
so? I don't know,
Yeah.
bro. T-Rap does have it like that, but only in our world. If you go and you
Yeah.
ask your wife right now,
Oh, Taylor Swift is
who's Taylor
huge.
Swift,
Yeah.
she could tell you and
I
probably start
know.
singing the song, and then ask her who Travis
Yeah,
Kelsey
she won't
is.
know.
She might know.
Not gonna know.
She might know him now. She might know now, but before all this,
I
because
admit
she's
it.
dating
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey, she couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? A lot of people couldn't tell you who Travis Kelsey was, but in our
I've heard
world, or the sports world, yeah, it's been
of the
big.
sports fans, our football fans don't like that she's there, which I think is very odd. Why not? Who
Hey,
cares?
I don't really mind.
I
I mean, celebrities are at the games all the time.
yeah,
One of the
who cares?
biggest fans, Philly fans, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's one of our biggest Philly fans that I've ever seen. Will Smith. There's a bunch of people who really love the Eagles, and they're always at the game. So like they show side pictures of them all the time, like them sitting up in the stands and
They're
stuff.
not
Like who
they're
cares?
not dating the player. They're not dating the player, and that
I
was
mean,
the
even if they were, who cares? You know what I
who
mean? Like,
cares? Who
who
cares?
cares?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the hate. Just
Um, I don't know.
whatever.
Like the
So
Ertz
weird.
family is a really good one. Zach Ertz and his wife, she's a professional soccer player. She plays for like the Team USA. So he goes to like obviously a lot of the games and stuff. So like I would assume that they would show him in the stands, right? Like I don't think that anyone would care.
Yeah, who
Why
cares?
I don't know. I just don't find very very novel, and I don't really understand. But I understand that she's a huge influence and has a lot of like sway right now, so that's probably why. But good on the NFL to know, you know what I mean? To know how much clout this girl has, and to show her at every single point.
Yeah, every
Every
chance
time that
you can.
Travis Kelce touches the ball, they're like Travis Kelce doing this, and before he even like gets tackled, they're already showing Taylor Swift up in the
Yep.
stands like clapping, and I'm like, dude, can we just like get a moment up here? But hey, you know what though? Ever since all this started popping off, my boy Travis, he's been
He's
popping
awesome.
off.
Yeah,
I
really
think
good.
today he posted like 150 some yards, and
I think he had over 100 yards in the first half.
179 yards and a touchdown, bro. Killed it. Oh yeah, dude, you
Yeah.
killed it in fantasy too because you have Mahomes and he has 4 touchdowns. Good lord,
Does he? Oh, yeah.
4 touchdowns. He's like, yeah, he killed him,
Finally.
which is so
Come
crazy
on,
too
dude.
because I thought the Chargers would be a pretty good team and
They
just
are a good team. They
nothing
just
this
can't
year.
put it together. No,
It's that
that's
head coach, bro. 100% that head
the
coach.
new
100%.
offensive coordinator. He got Kalen Moore. Kalen Moore. He expects a lot of. He expects you to know the changes to the change of the defense, the change to the change, and you better know which one's which. And it's just going to take them some time to get it right. I think.
For sure.
I think Philly deals with the same problem.
Yeah.
I think we're
Look,
dealing with the same problem.
I think both of our teams are. I will say this though, bro. I think that it's a great thing for the sport to have more people coming to football. So I've seen a lot of videos for these Swifties here lately where it's like introduction videos to football. So it's like a minute long video of like what is a first down? What
Hmm.
is what is a touchdown? What does that mean? What does a field goal mean? When what does a penalty mean? And certain penalties, like what does that mean? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Explaining this to people is kind of tough. Like, how do you explain what downs are?
Yep.
And like,
Yep.
good for them for somebody for taking the time to do it. But like, you're bringing a lot of new money to the sport. But yeah, it's really kind of hard to explain football unless you know what football is. Like, it's really kind of hard to explain what some of the stuff means. Even some of the professionals, like when they're trying to explain what some of this is, like it's kind of hard. You just kind of got to be like watching it and kind of let it go to kind of understand what we're all talking about. But hey, good for the NFL to kind of jump on it. That's a huge marketing opportunity, and I love it. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. I think it's
Definitely.
great.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
there you go. That's your pack news. The old Swifties, huh? I like it. We'll go ahead and end the episode there. We appreciate you guys for checking us out this week. Until next week or the week after, actually, we'll catch y'all then.
Later.